In a lengthy judgment delivered by a three-judge bench comprising of Justices Eric Ogolla, Anthony Mrima, and Freda Mugambi, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua suffered a major setback after the High Court dismissed several key issues he had raised in his petition challenging his impeachment.
We hold that the impeachment proceedings challenged herein are justiciable. This court possesses jurisdiction under Articles 22, 23, and 165 of the Constitution to determine whether the National Assembly and the Senate acted within constitutional bounds, complied with constitutional procedures, respected constitutional rights, and remained faithful to the constitutional safeguards governing the impeachment of a deputy president.
The court found that both the National Assembly and the Senate acted within the law during the impeachment process, particularly in relation to public participation.
We are satisfied that the public participation conducted by the National Assembly in connection with the impeachment of His Excellency Gachagua met the constitutional threshold. The Senate did not violate Articles 10 or 118 by failure to conduct its own independent public participation.
The judges ruled that the process met the constitutional threshold required for such a weighty decision. On allegations of political bias, the court held that claims directed at speakers of the two houses and members of parliament could not on their own disqualify them from performing their constitutional duties. The bench emphasized that political differences or perceived bias are not sufficient grounds to invalidate parliamentary proceedings unless clear legal violations are proven.
The allegations of bias, predetermination, and conflict of interest advanced against the speakers, members of parliament, and senators are unsubstantiated. They rest on political inference and suspicion rather than objective evidence capable of satisfying the required threshold.
In another key finding, the court ruled that the nomination and subsequent swearing-in of Professor Kithure Kindiki as Deputy President did not require the existence of a fully constituted Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, the IEBC.
All intervention by the IEBC was constitutionally required in the midterm replacement process under Article 149, Sub-Article 1. The absence of IEBC involvement did therefore not render the nomination or filling of the vacancy unconstitutional.
However, in what has been described as a legal twist, the High Court also found that Gachagua's rights were violated during parts of the process.
And having found that the rights of His Excellency Gachagua, were infringed, it is our considered position that declaratory relief and reasonable damages ought to be granted, not only to address the injuries suffered, but also to vindicate the Constitution and deter future violations.
As a result, the court ordered the Senate to pay him 50 million Kenya shillings in damages. Legal analysts say that this creates a complex outcome. While the court upheld the impeachment process, it simultaneously acknowledged procedural violations that led to a constitutional breach in his treatment. Had the ruling gone entirely in his favor, observers note that it could have significantly strengthened Gachagua's political narrative that he was a victim of political persecution, particularly in relation to his criticism of government policies, such as the affordable housing program and other controversial reforms. Kenyans argue that a full victory for Gachagua could have reshaped Kenya's opposition landscape, potentially positioning Gachagua as a powerful kingmaker ahead of the 2027 political realignments. For now, the judgment leaves him with mixed outcome, a validated impeachment process on one hand, and a court-awarded compensation for violated rights on the other.
Swallow his pride, akae chini na kubali ya kwamba anaweza unga other contenders mkono. In the opposition we have two functions, right? The first function is the united opposition. Today they call it an alternative something like government. Alafu kuna ingine inaitwa Linda Mwananchi. Linda Mwananchi is a function of what? The ODM party. No. But everybody wako na ambition pale hivyo nje. Like currently when umesema unataka the president is Matiang'i, Kalonzo and Rigathi Gachagua. These people should sober up, wakae chini so that they can produce one presidential candidate to send this person home.
Christabel Njeri, and this is PMTV.